welcome to Akaya Vidaraja Awaken. So that's a new channel that I've done. So let's start by the start. What is Tibetan Buddhism? So Tibetan Buddhism, it's one branch of Buddha Dharma exactly. So the principle you got in Tibetan Buddhism, that's the deity practice and the six yoga of Naropa. The principle of that is basically Tibetan Buddhism is very what we can call ritualistic based. The ritual we got in Tibetan Buddhism are various. Most of the deity practice, what we call Guru Yoga also. Guru Yoga is when you practice to have got to get your mind closer to the mind of your teacher. So for example, if your teacher is Garchen Rinpoche or the Karmapa or the Dalai Lama, there is Guru Yoga about that. But there is also Guru Yoga for Milarepa or Tsongkhapa, who are the lineage master. And basically that's to get the same kind of enlightenment of those beings. Tibetan Buddhism got some different schools. So let's start by the Shakya, who was more focused on study and less practice. You got the Gelugpa, who is more monastic and focus on practice. You got the Kagyu, who is totally more focused on the yogis. So we're talking about Kagyu is actually my own school. Is you talking about the Mahamudra, and also there is some bit of Dzogchen also in Kagyu. You're talking about the Nyingma, who are the master of Dzogchen. They are both focused on yogi and bit of study. What's the difference in Tibetan Buddhism between all the other way to practice Buddhism is, for example, there is some practice that you can practice without empowerment. There is some other you need empowerment to practice it. What makes a huge difference of that is not everyone can practice, for example, Kaya Chakra or Yamantaka or Chakra Samvara. There is proper empowerment for that. And yet, not everyone is also, like my Lama used to say, the vessel to practice Vajrayana. Also, Tibetan Buddhism is known for having Dharma protector, so that exists on some other Buddha Dharma, like Japanese Buddha Dharma, and also Chinese Buddha Dharma, but that's very central in Tibetan Buddhism. Tibetan Buddhism, the language principle in Tibetan Buddhism is Tibetan. So that's the reason you see most of the students try to learn Tibetan. It's just because even if there is a translation from the West, it's always better to learn the Tibetan. What you need to know that basically pretty much everyone can practice Tibetan Buddhism, but there is a requirement. The first requirement that you need to take in a refuge on a lineage, so Shakya, Kagyu, Gelug, or Nyingma. What is taking refuge? Taking refuge is from the teacher, and taking refuge with that teacher. Without that, you are not really practicing the proper way of Tibetan Buddhism. So I hope you have enjoyed the first video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. You're gonna to find on this page the Patreon page that you can be part of it. And I see you for the next one.